The last utility that is very important is decompose para and reconstruct para. So normally this utility we're going to use if you want to work in the parallel computing environment. So let's quickly check how you can set up the parallel computing test case. For that we require this decompose para as a additional file inside the system folder. So first explore the few entries here. Okay, so here we have to specify number of subdomain. What is this number of subdomain? Let's say we have a system which has a 8 core system, okay, and be able to utilize 8 processor of that particular system. So in that case we can run our test case in the parallel by specifying the subdomain equal to 8. Okay, so this subdomain is the number of processor on which we want to distribute our entire test case is a small segment to all the domain. Okay, so like that way you can specify this thing. Okay, then keep honor a neighbor on the same processor if the faces in the zones is required. That means preserve the face to zone. Sometime it is required if you're working with, let's say, heat transfer type of the case, or where we want to specify certain page to zone correlation at that point of time. This is required. So certain things you can do that. Keep honor and neighbor on the same processor for the face in patch if we are working with the cyclic type of the case. Okay, so few things you can restrict with the help of this few commands. Okay, preserve the page. So preserve page, that means it will not going to cut while the decomposition going to happen. So whatever the page you say, it going to intake in any of the single processor. Okay, then there is a different class of the methods available. Okay, so normally we go with the simple method, or we go with a very simplified way to do the decomposition. Is the simple way where you can do the Cartesian wise decomposition, where you have to specify only the x, y and z directions. Okay, and you quickly decompose the test case with the help of that simple coefficients like here. Okay, so when you specify the method is simple, it's going to utilize this simple coefficients. So simple coefficients, number of processor in x, y and z directions, and let's say we want to decompose in 2, then we have a here 2 1 1. Let's say we want to decompose in 3, then in the x direction let's say 3, in y direction 2, and z intake. So we have a 3 into 2, let's say 8 in x, y, z all direction, then 2 2 2 2 into 2 4 into 2 8. So that ultimately v is nothing but equal to something like 2 cross 1 cross 1. Okay, so that is equal to 2. So that 2 is goes as a number of subdomain here. If we are cutting in this way, then it happened to be 6, and this 6 goes upper. If we are cutting like this way, then it is 12. So 12 is the total number of subdomains. So please understand something like this way. It is a very simple way to decompose. Okay, then we have this Scotch method, as well as hierarchical and multi-level, Matisse. Okay, structured. So structured going to work if we are working with the 2-dimensional structured mesh only. Okay, so very simplified way is a simple hierarchy, and that is normally people going to use. Sometimes Matisse people work with the unstructured way to decompose. Okay, so that is how you can specify the coefficients for Matisse. Processor weight. Okay, then Scotch processor weight. So maybe this for the Matisse we require the libraries. Okay, it not going to support with the because I think it is a proprietary decompositions. Okay, so with the open form, either you go with the hierarchy type or the simple type of the decompositions. Okay, and in the simple it's very straightforward. In hierarchy you can define the order, in which order you want to it is like a simple only. Okay, but in simple here you not able to define the order of decomposition. Either you decompose first x, then y and z, but here you can define the order x, y and z. Let's say you want to decompose first in the y, then x and z, but number of processor defined like this way only. Okay, so this is how you can do the decompositions. Okay, and when you do the decompositions, okay, after that we have to take care few things. Make sure this total number of domain and here's number of subdomains supposed to be same. Okay, based on that it try to decompose. So let's look at this decomposition for our previous test case where we work with the flow or a motorbike, and here I already kept one decomposed dict file. Okay, and let's say we try to decompose with the help of the, let's say, total only 3 processor. Okay, so and we going to use, let's say, hierarchical. Okay, so here is the 3, so in x direction 3 1 1. Okay, so I try to modify this. Okay, and based on that let's now run the case again. So let me open the readme file, and at the below I kept certain more command for parallel computing. So first command is the decompose para. Okay, so what it going to do, it try to decompose entire domain into multiple domain. So let's write decompose para. So look, we have a total 3 subdomain. From where it is coming? It is coming from here. We specify subdomain equal to 3. It's going to start from 0 1 2 and 3. So total we have processor 0 1 2. So total 1 2 3. And look the balance of number of cells, so it is almost equally balanced. So balance wise it is pretty good, no worry. Okay, and then we transfer the data. So now if you look at, you have a processor wise more directory appear. Okay, so let's go to the processor level. So processor, you have a constant folder that give you the idea about entire meshing size. That mesh portion is with that particular processor, and 0 folder, this is about the boundary. So now if you go towards the boundary condition files. Okay, so this is about the boundary condition files. Okay, p file. So along with all these entries, you also have a processor boundary. Look, so this is type is processor. Okay, so when we discuss the boundary condition, I told you that there is a processor type of that boundary condition that goes with the decomposed type of the test case. Okay, so this is how you can see this particular boundary condition, and you can see in each of the filled file inside the 0 folder. Okay, so this is how one can see the decomposed part. Okay, and then let's say we want to look at the is case how it look like in the para form. So you can look at like this way. Okay, and if you see, so this is the decomposed version of the, so that this part is right now with the 0 processor. Okay, so this is how you can see after decomposition. So this portion is right now with the processor number 0. Okay, so that is how you can check individually which processor possess what particular, sorry, this is with 1, this is with 0. Okay. Okay, so this portion is with 0, like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, this is inlet. So this portion, first portion is with 0, that means processor 1. Okay, then we have a, let me open the other processor that is with 1, that is middle processor. Okay, so this is how this is middle portion. Okay, and then we have a last part. Okay, so like that way you can check different processor possess what number of grid size and everything. Okay, this is the last portion. Okay, so this is how at the processor level one can check the data. Now let's run the case with the 4 processor. For that, MPI run is the command. this is our standard command. Okay, MPI with the 3 processor, so type it 3. NP is number of processor 3. So whatever you define here, okay, same thing supposed to you supposed to define at this level. Simple form is the our application. This dash parallel is the flag required, then we transferring everything to the log file. Okay, so let's quickly start simulations. So now we are running in parallel, so it's going to work pretty fast. Look at the top and you can see at a time 3 simple form is running. That means it's consuming 3 processor. If you check, you can come to know here. Okay, so 3 processor is consumed and maybe one is still less loaded. Okay, so like that way you can come to know. Look, previously it was taking longer time, but now we decompose with the 3 processor and we are working with the 3 processor. It is pretty fast as compared to the previous one. Okay, so this is how you can decompose. So if you want to run in parallel, first we have to decompose the entire domain, then run with the parallel. If you want to look at do the post processing processor wise, then use this, or if at a time if you want to do the post processing, then we have to type a reconstruct para command. Okay, so let's first create one backup file, then we type that command. It's 45, so at a 50 try to create one backup file. Okay, so this backup file is created. Okay, now let's finish its co-processing. Okay, so it's try to create the streamline and everything, but if you look at here, it is not visible here that all the file is inside this folder. So if you look at here, even though it's file, even though 50 backup file is constructed, but it's not visible in the parent directory. But if you go to the each processor level, you can see that 50 backup file. Okay, at each processor level. Got it? So but if you want to do at a time post processing, then we have to reconstruct the data. For that we have to use this reconstruct para as a utility. If you do that, it try to reconstruct the data and give you this 50 folder here, and then you do the post processing the way you are doing with the serial version. Or if you are not interested to do that, and if you are thinking, okay, let's look at the processor level, then straight away use this command and go to the processor level data and do the post processing. Okay, so that is either of the way you can do the post processing. Okay, so this is, let's say, post processing with the help of processor number 1. Okay, so that means in hierarchy it is second processor, and let's say we want to look at what happened exactly at a this biker. So y, we cut the plane, so this is the biker, and over this, if you want, you can check the u value, but this is sometime very difficult to look at what exactly happened. So best part is to reconstruct it and do the post processing by normal way. Okay, so like this way. Okay, so when you do that, you have an entire domain at a time you are able to see. Okay, so this is the best way to do the post processing for this class of applications. So this is the slice, and this is the entire contour plot of u. Okay, so this is how you can start the simulations for a in the parallel computing environment. So please understand, again, decompose para, decompose the domain, and for that you require decompose dict file, and you have to specify number of domain methods. So right now work with hierarchy or a simple type of the things. Okay, specify the number of n equal to, as I told you, if it is you require 3, then go with 3 into 1 into 1. If you require 6, then 3 into 2 into 1. If you require 12, then 3 into 2 into 2, or whatever the way. Okay, so normally the 3 larger number of processor you can specify on the more or like a stream-wise directions. It is always better if you specify like that way. Okay, so and then you run the decompose para. After you finish the decomposition, start the simulation with the help of the MPI run, specifying number of processors or application. This is very important. If you don't give this flag dash parallel, it going to run in serial with the 3 times same simulation going to run. Okay, so don't forget this value, this line, and then we are diverting into the log file. Okay, and this is nothing but to look at the post processing at a processor level. If you want to do the post processing at the entire domain, then type the reconstruct para and then paraform. So this is how one can look at the any of the case that is running in the parallel computing environment.